My role as Undergraduate Education Officer is looking at the student experience with regards to the academic side of things and the wellbeing side of things. My main priorities for this year is the fact that I believe that every student deserves a supportive, progressive and inclusive education. So one of the main things I want to do is really work on mental health and wellbeing, so making sure that the counselling service is fully funded, working increasing the investment into the personal tutoring system, but also reforming assessments and looking at alternative forms of examinations.
I'm Union Affairs Officer, so I'm responsible for student groups and extracurricular activity. I'm responsible for all of our democratic processes, so things like student council and the network and how students make decisions together. And I'm also responsible for communication between students in the SU. So I have four main priorities for the year. Firstly, I want to improve communication between students in the SU, so looking at all feedback channels that we have and trying to make it easier for students to raise concerns and request things. I want to ensure that mental health is a priority for both the SU and the university. Thirdly, I want to tackle the space crisis that faces our student groups and try and make sure that everyone can do their activities with SU help. And lastly, I just want to make sure that student groups can get things done and help them to widen their membership as well.
The Equality, Liberation and Access Officer makes sure that liberation identities are empowered, and I represent their views at university level and make sure they feel safe and comfortable in the university environment. Empowering liberation groups, I'll do this through supporting the BME network and all the networks with things like Black History Month, Why is my curriculum white? Also, I'm starting a period poverty campaign and supporting the wider NUS policy on #free periods.
The student living officer works a lot with halls of residences, student housing, so issues that students have in houses that they rent in second and third year. One big priority that I have is trying to affect some cultural change in the university. So I'm going to try and make halls and students' living experiences more inclusive.
And as Postgraduate Education Officer, it is my job to represent postgraduate taught and research students and to ensure that their student experience is best as it can be in regards to education and well-being. My priorities for this year include improving international students' experience, and in that regards, I will be focusing on how can we provide better, clear guidance to international students regarding their work prospects in UK. And fourthly, I would also focus on making the university more affordable.
So I'm the Sport and Student Development Officer, which basically means I look after all of our sports clubs, our Be Active programs, anything that gets people physically active. And I also look after anything that helps a student kind of develop themselves outside of their academic studies. So any of our training. So this year I want to work at continuing to build the community that we've started to build around sport. So we've brought in a new kind of brand around #WeAreBristol, and I really want to kind of continue building that sense of pride and community around sport. Not only just the sports clubs playing on a Wednesday, but also anyone who's just kind of using the gym or doing any kind of active program. And then I'd also like to, on the development side of things, kind of try and open up as many opportunities to all of our students. So at the moment, a lot of our training focuses around our sports clubs and societies, and actually there's some fantastic training that all students could benefit from.